Hi, I'm Bradley Sowash, jazz pianist, composer, educator, and author of the That's Jazz series for beginning and intermediate pianists to learn to play jazz piano. We're working with book 1 today. It's called Getting Into It, and we're looking at the last tune in the book called Truckin. Like all the tunes, it has a warm-up, the tune itself, and a very important Going Further page where you learn to improvise. So the warm-up for this page deals with a jazz concept. It's also found in rock and roll and pop styles called anticipation, where you play a note in a way a little before its time. Take as an example this little phrase here. Now that last note has the hands together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1. They both play together on 1. To give this more of an exciting sound, we're going to anticipate that last 1 in the right hand and play it in a way just before the rest of the beat. It feels like an early 1, even though it's written as a late 4, if that makes sense. In other words, it's in measure 1, but it sounds like it's in measure 2 earlier, like this. 1, 2, 3, now! And notice that the right hand came in before the left. So the right hand comes before, that gives it that anticipated and exciting sound. You'll hear that in a lot of styles, and you want to make sure you know how to do that. So I'll play a little bit of Truckin now to get the tune in your ear. You're going to want to know these tunes very well before you improvise. Learn the tune exactly as written, because of course reading is as important as playing by ear. You want to know how to do both. So here we go. On from there. It gives you a little taste of the tune. Get that well underhand, and then go to the Going Further page. That's the meat and potatoes of the series. That's where you really learn some great tips. Now what I find is that students who work through this series, they remember the concepts only as long as they need to get through the tune. In other words, in the first tune in the book there was a tune called Spare Change where we learn to embellish. But it's almost as if once you turn the page, the embellishment idea skips away. You want to bring along these concepts with you. I don't really care if you ever play my songs again once you've worked through the book. What I do care about is that you take along the concepts that you learned in those songs and apply them to tunes that you play for the rest of your life. So to kind of emphasize and review all the concepts in the book, the improvisation ideas that we've experienced are all coming back in one kind of like final exam. So here is Truckin, starting with embellishment that we learned in Spare Change, and it starts out embellished for you on the Going Further page. And then it has just some notes showing the original tune, but you're supposed to vary it according to your own taste and preference. So I'm going to embellish that my way. Yours will sound different. Okay? Then it has a mixed up melody. That's a jazz concept about mixing up what's there on the original melody and putting the notes in a different order. Here it's mixed up for you. And then you mix it up from there. On Groovy Shoes, you learned about backbeat. Here's where it comes to play in Truckin. Now we get to improvising. We learned about that on Burrito Cha-Cha, where you wander around the scale, adding in leaps and adjacent notes and intervals and long notes. It sounds like this. And then the tune ends with the boogie bass that you learned on Blue Note Special. Okay, so that was Truckin' from the series That's Jazz. It's published by the Neil A. Chose Music Company. You can find it in most music stores, and you can find it on my website, bradleysowash.com. This is book 1. There are several other books. 3 books make up the core method, and then 3 books are supplementary. They're called performance books, and there's 3 Christmas books with the opportunity to apply these jazz concepts during the holidays. There's more on the way, and I hope you enjoy your jazz journey, and I wish you good luck.